Hey Taurus, welcome to May 2024. I am super stoked to be back and doing some tarot here. I had a thumb surgery on my thumb. I was in a cast. It was bright pink and fabulous, but it was very secure. I could not hold, let alone shuffle tarot cards. So a couple months of that, and I am so glad to be back feeling sort of normal. So let's get you guys a reading for the month. We'll do one card to overview and then do a Celtic cross for you guys to get a sense of what's coming up for ya. Pay attention, Taurus. Couldn't have said it better myself. Nettle. Ooh, this is a new deck to me, so I'll read a little bit from the cards, but wow, this is screaming how good things will be if you stay in your lane. Look at how beautiful, rich, gorgeous you are right there at the eye of the storm, and go outside of that little leaf there. You are going to jump right into the fire from the frying pan. Nettle is hot. Nettle will sting you. Nettle really lets you know exactly where you need to be. Let me read here from the book and get you guys a sense of an overview here for the month. Nettle. If we do not know the names of the plants around us, if we don't acknowledge the individualistic curl of a leaf or creep of a rhizome, they all run together and look like a wall of greenery. That's when we humans start to generalize. Nettle will have none of this. Pay attention, she admonishes. We're all different, all unique. When you acknowledge Nettle's individuality and treat her with thoughtful respect, she'll let you close. But forget yourself and you won't forget her sting. Nettle reminds you to see the individuality and treat the world around you accordingly. If Nettle is pricking you, pause and pay greater attention. Oof, it's giving me boundaries. It's giving me like that push prod to really be your best self, to step into ultimate alignment. You know, when you do have done like 90% of the work and the last 10% takes like the most amount of time, it can be for anything, right? So like if you come back from a trip and you are unpacking your suitcase and you've got like 90% of the way through, most of it's done. And then the last 10% like takes you forever over the next week or something. I feel like Nettle is one of those plants, one of these cards that is not going to let that be the case. It can be even for like interpersonal work that you're doing. You know, you're like, oh my gosh, I've come so far. so far. You know, the work that I have done, I shouldn't even have to do anymore. And Nettle's going to be like, no, the last little bit is the most important. Don't come this far just to come this far. So let's see what comes up for you in the reading, Taurus, and we'll go from there. I feel like, I'm so sorry. I just did Aries. I was not very conscientious about where the cards were there. Just got so excited to read. So let's go ahead and do this just because we can and see how this goes. Okay, Taurus, central theme of your reading for this month. Oh, no big deal. Ace of Cups, overflowing with oneness, fulfillment, love, happiness, joy, gifts coming from the universe towards you of relationship, full heart. This is really, really beautiful. Let's see what's crossing you this month. King of Cups, okay. So relationship on the books here, if you are dating, if you are looking for love, if that is something that you tuned into this reading to ask about for this month, that is absolutely here. King of Cups is an exceptionally emotional person. I was going to say healed person, and I sort of stopped myself from making that generalization, but maybe that is for you, Taurus. Maybe you are meeting someone who has done a lot of personal inner work, who might be pushing, prodding, helping you to do the last bit of yours. I mean, it's never ending, so not last bit, but maybe someone who's really pushing you to be your best self, maybe vice versa. There's really some kind of connection here with the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups. Maybe from a very, very full place, you are really growing into the ultimate version of yourself as the King of Cups, as a healer for other people. Let's see what else comes up. Actually, let me just get a clarifier for the Ace of Cups here. If you've watched any of the videos I've done before, you know that I love clarifying with this deck. I love this deck in general. It is Biddy Tarot's Everyday Tarot. Five of Swords. Wow. This is really beautiful. The Ace of Cups clarified by the Five of Swords here says there is love, abundance, open heart coming from conflict. Actually, it's exactly like this Nettles card. Whether you are choosing love in the face of conflict, whether conflict has opened your heart, like grief can open the heart. There's something that has happened here. I don't know why these cards are looking so dusty. Sorry about that. Whether it is conflict that has opened your heart or really made you appreciative of how amazing peace and love is, maybe that you are taking from granted, it is also the reason the King of Cups becomes the King of Cups. He becomes the King of Cups because he has been through so much emotional pain, hurt, loss, and has pulled through in order to model how he can be exceptionally calm and stable, cool, calm, collected in the face of exceptionally choppy waters. So that's beautiful. Let's see what else is coming up for you guys. It's giving me like, when I didn't have like this right now is a really big deal for me to be able to move my thumb like that. When it's such a simple thing, but when I couldn't do that for months, I literally couldn't shuffle cards the way that I used to. I certainly couldn't get on here with a big old cast. It makes me so grateful. The conflict, the loss of what I had before made me so exceptionally grateful and with a huge, big old open heart for the movements that I can do now and what is my body is capable of now. So that's a small example, but transfer that to where it applies in your life. What is going on for you through this month in the base here? This is your subconscious. This is like what's running underneath the world. Taurus, this is beautiful. So a really big completion is happening here for you. You're coming full circle on the entire Fool's journey. So running in your subconscious, you were very clear that there's some big ending for you that needs to be celebrated, some big culmination of work that you have done. Speaking of inner work, it's like you're up leveling. This is a really big up level for you. I'm really curious to see what the rest of the month is for you. Also, happy birthday. Well, didn't I just say the end of the Fool's journey and what happens at the end, the beginning? You cannot make this stuff up. I just love the tarot so much. You are prime, prepped, excited about the culmination of something you have worked for, done, been the last however long or short. You have graduated with flying colors. You have integrated all of the lessons. You have understood all of the things that you needed to from each and every grade, from each and every relationship, from each and every heartbreak. And you are ready now to embark on a whole new adventure. So what are you focused on manifesting this month? Justice. You are working hard for it, Taurus. Look at these major arcana cards. You are ready to get back what you have given. So justice is all about your interaction with karma. How much have you been working towards what you want is going to be direct relation to how much you get back. If you've been working extra hard at something, manifesting something, bringing something to light, you might get it extra fast. This could also look like legal situations. Maybe you are actively trying to close on a house this month, or maybe you are actively trying to finalize a divorce or finalize some other legal proceedings. You might be very focused on bringing to light something that's going to help you close one journey that you have been through and start another. And it might take you a little bit longer. There might be a hiccup there, not a bad hiccup, but Two of Wands in reverse just says it might not be time yet to walk through the gateway here to so many more opportunities. You have the whole world in your hands. The outcome could help you stay put for a little while, or it just could keep you, I want to say like your wings clipped just for a hot second until you find the right footing in order to get to where you want to go. But you are exceptionally focused on leaning into the big picture and kind of claiming what is yours and that you have worked really hard to do, Taurus. So that looks beautiful. What is happening here in the recent past? The Two of Swords. There was some time in the recent past here where you weren't clear on a direction that you needed to go, where you really did the inner work or waited for a while to listen to your intuition. She has her eyes closed there. The swords are up, meaning she's not thinking. It's not a time to think or logic your way through a situation. It is time to really feel inside. Like, what is your intuition saying? What is the universe telling you to do? There was some kind of a crossroads that you just really weren't able to see here in the recent past, and maybe took some time to collect yourself, really think about what you wanted to do and who you were in that instance. And you waited on something. There was something you didn't move forward from. Maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was a job. The Eight of Cups is a card about graduation. You know, the cups are full. It's time for the next journey. We are moving forward. We don't quite know where we're going, which is why it's always in the nighttime. The waters are choppy. We might have a lot of feelings about it. But, you know, we've experienced all there is to experience here with those full 8 of Cups. So something in the recent past, like you weren't quite ready to move on. You weren't quite ready to graduate. You really needed to take some time to think of where you were going or what you were doing or what it all kind of meant to you. And carrying you forward into the future here is the High Priestess in reverse. So let's go ahead and get a confirmation card from that. It can be a time sometimes when you feel really cut off from your intuition or you're ignoring your intuition. There you go. Ignoring your intuition. So Taurus, this is really beautiful to see in what's coming up for you because none of this is set in stone. So if you don't want this to be your recent future, your anticipated future, your upcoming future, you can change this in a heartbeat. You can just say, you know, accept that this could be one outcome and just choose not to have this happen. So this says, you know, you might be feeling really bored. You might be feeling really apathetic. You might be feeling really fed up. Sometimes that happens when we come to the end of one journey and we've been exceptionally focused towards one thing. We can have a hard time thinking about what comes next. Breakups can be like that. Like, oh, I don't want to let go of this person. How could I ever be loved more? How could I ever have that same feeling? And then the next relationship you get in, it's like, oh my God, how did I stay with that person for so long, right? The 4 of Cups is like that. It's like, oh gosh, you know, we're being offered so many new opportunities by the universe, but we're not quite ready to receive them. And for some reason, whatever your situation is here, Taurus, it's blocking you from inner messages that want to come through. It's blocking you from your intuition and really sitting with what your High Inner Priestess is telling you. The High Priestess is a guide to other realms. When the High Priestess shows up, yeah, look at her laptop. I forgot she has a laptop in this, which I love. She's the ultimate balance between light and dark. She knows all of the answers. She knows all of your answers. She is your guide into the portal of your Akashic records, of anything and everything you possibly want to know from the universe. So there's just some kind of block to really seeing like what you want to step into here. But don't worry, you can change this if you know that that's coming up for you. Take some time for yourself, Taurus, and just commit to that not being the case. Do some extra meditation. Double down on your yoga. Take one night off from going out with your friends this week and spend it by yourself. Do some collage, right? Just like decide to be open to the messages from the universe, and this will all change. So again, tarot isn't like double down predictive. Tarot is supposed to be supportive. If you see something here that you don't like, choose differently and it will change. How are you feeling about all of this? Yeah, you want to stay in your thoughts, Taurus. You are having a hard time with all of this feeling. The King of Swords is so logical. He has a plan. He's the engineer. He sees the huge big picture. He loves being up in the clouds here. It's very uncomfortable for him to get his feet dirty. He doesn't like the feeling of his toes in the dirt. He wants to have the ideas. He's transformational. He's a genius. He's brilliant, but he's not in his heart. That's not his forte. That is not his strength. So you are really being challenged, Taurus. It's like here you are really wanting to make the pros and cons list. And maybe at the brink of a new change, you really want to sit down and say, okay, like, how can I logic my way through it? Like, let's look up the best way to go. And your reading is saying, stay in your heart and be open to your intuition and where your heart takes you. It's not necessarily a time to be settling into a King of Swords energy or to go to someone who is like a King of Swords for advice here. It will lead you to not so much happiness. I mean, the 10 of Cups in reverse just says, you know, yeah, when you are in your mind in a reading that really is aimed at getting you into your heart, you're not going to end up at the most heart-driven place. That's just obvious. So again, Taurus, you could just make a few tweaks here to really be in full alignment in May. That's the point here. People, places, things around you supporting you this month, well, you are right where you need to be. You will bump into karmic opportunities, relationships this month that will help you on this journey. The 10 of the Wheel of Fortune and the World here. This is the 10 and this is 21. It's just doubling down on a full completion. And usually with the Wheel of Fortune, we're looking at really fortuitous opportunities, whether that's financial, that could look like financial gain. You could have opportunities that kind of come out of the woodwork or things you step into that are just absolutely lucrative for you. Relationships that pop in that are lucrative to you. Oh my gosh, the King of Swords popping up again. So it's going to be, there could be a character around you or your environment might, okay, this is what it is. your environment might really be tending towards the logical, whether that's your family, your friend group, your teachers at school, your relationship. There might be someone in your life that's exceptionally logical and wanting you to move forward or to like move in the world here in a way that would come from the mind, that would come from logic. And this is telling you that, well, you might want to listen to your own intuition versus the people around you this month. Biggest hopes and fears this month, Taurus. Yeah, this is your card, the King of Pentacles. So to find it in reverse says that this really is a month of trusting yourself, and the nettle doubles down on that. So pay attention. It's like, make those micro adjustments this month to say, oh wait, that's not in my integrity. I'm actually listening to someone else, and I'm giving my authority up to someone else's idea of what they think I should do. But wait, what do I want? Oh, wait, I did it again. Someone asked me what I wanted for dinner, and I just said, like, whatever, you choose. But really, I knew I really wanted, like, pasta. Whatever it is, practice it on a micro level so that when it does come to those big decisions, you'll be really ready. And you won't feel discombobulated, and you're going to feel grounded, and you're going to feel resourced, and you're going to feel like you could give other people what you feel when you are resourced, which is stable and lucrative and financially abundant and just full of good food. So be that person this month, Taurus. What is the culmination for you? Interesting. The Empress in reverse. So Taurus, just tend to these little things and you are going to have an amazing month. I want to see that Empress turned around for you at the end of the month. The Lovers in reverse. So this is just doubling down on giving up your power, Taurus. This is going to be a month for you of exceptional wealth, exceptional happiness, exceptional receptivity, opportunity, what's the word I'm looking for? Prosperity, if you choose to relax into who you really are. But you have to choose it, Taurus. This is saying if you stay in your head this month, if you pretend that your feet aren't stinging all over the place because you're standing in a thing of nettles in the garden, and don't just like move over a little bit to the path, you're gonna get yourself to a place that doesn't feel very good at the end of this month. But if you choose to really decide who you are, what feels best to you, how you can go through with it, and choose to love instead of fear, choose to lead with your heart, choose to continue to be in love, whatever that means to you, from your heart, you will win big this month, Taurus. I'm really curious how it ends up. I kind of didn't understand some parts of this reading, and that's okay. I'm not supposed to. I'm just supposed to be the voice for the cards. So I'm really curious how it goes. I hope you have a really wonderful month, and happy birthday.